Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy freaking Tuesday. Okay. So it's early as hell. I am preparing the children for school. Well, they're preparing themselves, but I am the overseer. Nah, but for real though. Okay. So I've been talking about toxic patterns. Okay. Now, at some point in my life, I have touched on all of these patterns at least once, okay? But the thing is that we all kind of view ourselves to be good people. We see very little flaws within ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And I was one of those people. I'm probably gonna have to make this in a 2 or 3 part series. Not sure how this is going to go. Yeah, this ponytail is like really tripping this morning, but who gives a damn? Okay, so this all started for me. I ran into someone that made complaints about me that reminded me of a list of things that I too had complained about in others. Let that sink in. So, out of all the complaints that people may have had about me in my past, we all kind of walk around and go, la, 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 no, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Because I am a good person. I go to church. Whatever the eyes is, on your list, right? So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was being unable to listen to advice. That was a problem of mine at one point because, like a lot of people, I was one of those who was like, how you gonna tell me anything? You ain't even got your life in order. How you gonna give me some advice? You a bum. How you gonna give me some advice? You a crackhead. How you gonna give me some advice? You had 10,000 kids. How you gonna give me some advice? You know what I'm saying? But there came a day that I realized that everybody comes across your path to do just that. We look for signs. We ask God to send us help. We ask God to send us all types of things. But what we're not realizing is that He sends those blessings, that advice through other people. You know what I'm saying? And if God can open a door of opportunity for you, like let's just say you go up for a job and you don't have the credentials needed to really hold that job, but you're sure that you can do it. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have the credentials that is listed to apply. Now you go for the interview knowing that they should tell you no. But for some reason, unbeknownst to you or anyone else, you got the job. That person opened the door for you. And that was God's way of showing you a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So if God can open a door of opportunity for you through other people, then of course He can send advice. Now, all advice is not good advice, but at least be wise enough to hear it, to listen, and then use your discernment to see if it's good advice for you or if it's good advice for you right now. Or maybe you should just put it in your pocket and it's something that you need to use for 5 years from now. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. And we got to stop closing our ears to the things that come across our path. Okay. Vanity. Oh my God. That was an issue for me at one point. I had a love-hate relationship with myself, which, looking back at the situation, I don't really understand, but I didn't understand my worth as a woman. However, at the same time, I really thought I was really pretty. You know what I'm saying? I was just in love with the mirror secretly. I would never let anyone else know. You know what I'm saying? But there were a couple things that I liked about myself. Now, what they are, I'm not going to get into because that's not the point here. But I used to say to myself and to others a lot that having a pretty face is a blessing and a curse. Yes, it's a blessing because there are plenty of people who, you know, wish they may look similar to you or whatever. You know, there's plenty of people that I was like, dang, I wish I looked like them. They're so pretty. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure that we all have those moments like, oh, I wish my stomach looked like that. Oh, I wish my booty looked like that. Oh, I wish I had titties like them. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the situation is, right? But having the curse of it is, especially being a woman, men always want to be in your face, trying to do anything and everything to get in the place. And it leaves you with a numbness. I'm sorry I keep looking down, but I got my little notes here. I'm not going off the wall today. But it leaves you with a sense of numbness, you know. It starts to make you feel like you can't believe in a fairy tale anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a point in my life not too long ago, like not that long at all. And I was thinking to myself, like, damn, I'm a good woman. I do, you know, I'm a good cook. I got a lot of great qualities, I think. You know what I'm saying? I may not have made the best choices in my past as far as setting myself up for the right now, which will be my future. You know, if you were standing in the past with me, you know what I'm saying? So right now will be my future, you know what I'm saying? So I may not have made the greatest decisions back then, which would have put me in a better situation now, but I am blessed nonetheless and happy to be where I am. Okay. But all of that being said, you know, you just can't believe in a fairy tale anymore. So when people are coming that's genuine and really trying to see if there is something that they can work out with you, you don't believe anybody no more. It's like, and what the fuck do you want? Oh, you want some, that's all you want. Whatever. I don't want to hear it. And that's a bad place to be, you know what I'm saying? Because for a person who wants love and wants to be loved, you can't really bring yourself to trust anybody, then that won't happen, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's move on. Which brings you unable to open your heart when it's appropriate. We were just talking about that. Hey, girl, you look like Storm. You should have had that on the other day. You could have been Storm for Halloween. Look at Kurt. Okay, sorry. My children came in. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up really quickly. I got a couple more points to make. So, unable to open your heart when it's appropriate. Your heart becomes calloused and cold, which affects the decisions that you make on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? how you talk to people, how you treat people, what you give people, what you give in relationship. You know what I'm saying? And all of that is like a big problem, because how are you going to go to the pearly gates asking to be let in if how you act and treat people on a daily basis suck? Like, God can't possibly let you in with that, with all that. And I don't care what you gave. You could have gave the homeless man you seen $10 yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And today is your judgment day. He's still gonna be like, okay, that was great, but how do you talk to people on a daily basis? How do you treat them on a daily basis? How do you treat your mama, your friends, your wife, your cousin, you know what I'm saying? How do you treat people? Okay, let's move on. With your heart being cold and callous and, affecting your decisions, it begins to make you focus on negative things. And when you focus on negative things, you start to see your life as a problem and not a blessing. When you start seeing your life as a problem, you stop dreaming about what could possibly transpire in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Because you see everything as a negative. You're like, that couldn't possibly happen. That couldn't possibly happen. You know what I'm saying? So your dreams get shut off. And without dreams and focusing on those, nothing's allowed to happen in your life. You know what I'm saying? Everything gets shut down. Your future, your everything. Next, we're going to talk about addictive behaviors. Sex, drugs, alcohol, gambling, shopping, your favorite pop, watching the stocks, golf, you name it, whatever it is that you're addicted to, there, it's an addiction. If you can't stop doing it, if you can't make time for other things in your life, it becomes an addiction. If you have to have it every day, all day, it's an addiction. It takes up your time, it takes up your money. It begins a lack of control in your life that starts to spill out into other parts of your life. And if you lack control, you're lacking control everywhere. Now you're testing, you're being presented with situations, which is a test to see if you can control yourself, and you can't. Because you just lost your control with this first thing, and now it's other things. Your relationship, your sex life. You can't control, what you're doing and how you're doing certain things. You guys know what I'm talking about. Let's move on. Need for control. This is a big one. I see this in myself. I see this in other people. My mama, there's a lot of people who just have to have control. Like, if you aren't doing things exactly how they see fit, they are going to freaking die. You know what I'm saying? Like, if one person comes to the table and says, okay, 3 + 3 + 3 is 9, and the other person says 5 + 4 is 9, both of you are correct. Both of you are freaking correct. So why the hell is you seeing me put 5 + 4 together bothering you so fucking much? I don't understand. And even as a parent, you know what I'm saying? We get these situations where it's like, oh my God, you have to do what I say, when I say, how I said it. Blah, blah. But these are people with free will. You know what I'm saying? Up until a certain age, yes, you can control their comings and goings in certain situations in their life. But after a certain age, I don't care what nobody say. You could tell them the advice you want to give them all you want. But it's up to them to walk out the door and do or abide by whatever advice that you gave. Second thing under that is it leaves no space for other people to be themselves. If you're not leaving space for me to be who I am, then how can I continue to be around you? How do you expect for me to stay around you if you're not allowing me to be who I am? I have to say things exactly how you want them said, or you're going to blow up. I have to walk and talk, and there's no puppet masters in life. Like, I don't understand people. It also creates anger and anxiety within yourself when things don't go your way. So you sitting here with your heart jumping out your chest and veins are, popping out of everywhere because you can't control some shit. Let it go. Stop trying to control other people. Whether it be your children, your wife, your husband, your mama and daddy, whoever it is. Stop trying to control other people. Even if you see them going down a road that you feel like is going to lead them to judgment, it ain't your job to judge them. Your life will be so free and peaceful if you stop trying to worry about what everybody else is doing. Maybe you can even get those particular goals that you wanted to get done if you stop focusing on how somebody else is moving, doing, acting, sneezing, coughing. Like, come the fuck on. I'm gonna leave that one for the next video. Okay. Codependency. This is gonna be my last one for this video. Codependency. You're no longer being able to move and have independent thoughts. You always feel like you got to have somebody co-signing or validating who you are, how you look, if you're pretty enough, if you are talented enough, if you got what it takes to do whatever it is that you're trying to do. Everybody don't see your freaking vision. So how the hell are they going to co-sign you if they can't see what it is that you can see? You know what I'm saying? Even in relationships, we get codependent. Always, you know what I'm saying? We start having these being scared of being alone, feelings of abandonment. You know what I'm saying? The need to be around somebody. Oh my God, I got to have somebody around me. I got to have, like, it would be nice. It would be wonderful to have somebody to, hold you at night and wrap their arms around you and all of that great jazz and be your cheerleader in your corner and all that shit. But you don't have to have that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a necessity to have. There's different types of love that comes in. And there's all types of codependency. Like, case in point. I brought this up to my mother, so it's not a secret. I remember when I used to ride around with my parents, you know what I'm saying, for whatever the reason. And say it was just me and my mother alone. She'll be whipping it, going here, going there, doing whatever it is she gonna do. But for whatever the reason, when she got into the car with my dad, she always needed to ask him, should I be turning left right here? Should I be making a right there? And it used to baffle me, like, you make it everywhere else when he's not here. Why you can't make it to where you going when he in the car without asking him how to get there? But that's because when you attach yourself to someone controlling, because I'm sorry to say, Dad, love you, but he was kind of controlling. So it became like a mental mind fuck for my mom. It got her to a point where she, being in that dynamic so long, it got her to a point where she was like, I guess she felt the need to ask what he wanted or something. I'm not sure. But I also seen that same thing in me as I got older and functioning in relationships. I was like, I always needed to look for some level of validation. Now, it may not have been about how to get where I was going as far as being in a car. Maybe it may have been like, oh, well, I was thinking about doing this as far as money is concerned, and I wanted to know what you thought about it. And if they said no, then it would just squash my whole dreams, and I'll just be like, oh, forget it. Forget it. I might not do all of that and be so dramatic in their face, but inside I was definitely like, oh, they don't believe in me, you know. Fuck people. For real. Everybody ain't gonna be a cheerleader. How somebody gonna cheer you on if they don't believe in what it is that you believe in? And how you gonna be mad at them because they don't believe in what you believe in? You just gotta go out here and get it on your own. You know what I'm saying? Because before Steve Jobs made Apple computers, I'm sure there was some people like, this crazy nut job mother. You know what I'm saying? So go out there and make your orange computer. Or whatever the hell it is that you got in your mind and in your heart to do. Do that. But I think I'm going to start my next video with codependency, because codependency comes on so many different levels. There's so many different ways to look at it. It's so many small nuances, you know? So, anywho, this was the first part of toxic patterns. I hope that everybody starts to look at their own toxic patterns, because without that, we can't make real changes in our lives. You know, if you don't look within first, and, you know, everybody else is not doing it. You are the writer, the director, the producer, and the star of your life's play. So it's not everybody else is, you know, fucking up your play. It's time for you to fire some motherfuckers and hire you some new actors. Fire the people that painted this monstrosity. Take it down. Hey, you're a good artist. Come on. Fix this. And that's what we got to do in our lives. You know what I'm saying? Start directing your show. Take control over your decisions, who you allow in your spaces. Because everybody ain't it. Every friend ain't a friend. All family ain't family. All lovers aren't really in love, you know? So once you see some fuck shit, stop being codependent. Stop hanging on. Let that shit go. Fire their ass. And hire somebody else. Well, don't hire nobody. Do it yourself. Shit. I could draw a little bit. Take that monstrosity down, and I'll paint it myself. God damn it, I'm Picasso. And maybe you are too. Have a wonderful day.